Hello and good afternoon to all of my viewers. Welcome to the Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition. I just got my new graphic card, the Nvidia GTX 970, in the mail yesterday, and I immediately began playing, one of my all-time favorite games and series, the Rome Total War series. So today we're going to be looking at a custom battle, just to kind of switch and show you the graphics. As you can see, we've pretty much maxed out all the settings here, and we're at a 1900 resolution. So this is really maxed out ultra stuff we're talking about. I have preloaded the units. We're going to do what I like to call the Battle of the Pyramids. We're going to do a Roman cavalry charge against some Egyptian elephants and chariots, and just kind of appreciate some of the nuances and graphics in the game, and also really enjoy the cinematography as we view this battle from the point of view of the tip of the cavalry. Even though the Romans were historically renowned for their legions, their cavalry played an important role in the success of the empire. In fact, this whole game is based on Augustus, also known as the Imperator Caesar, who ruled the Roman Empire from approximately from September 63 BC to his death in 14 AD. He was considered as the founder of the Roman Empire and ruled as its first emperor, starting from 27 BC to his death when he was poisoned in 14 AD. So again, as a big fan of this series, it really brings me a lot of joy to look at the enhanced environment. As you can see, the graphics are just heartwarming. Really reminds me of all the classics that I've always enjoyed watching growing up, with the historical battles of sort of the horses and the infantry sort of charging into each other. And I think this series really did a great job of sort of letting you play that that fantasy out, of sort of looking at it from their perspective. So what we're going to do is we're going to now go ahead and just start the battle. As you can see, there's a little bit of haze in the background. It's a hot summer day here. I think if I can zoom in, I can probably see the sun here. It's a nice warm day, and it's a good day for battle. Alright, so we have our cavalry sort of getting pumped up for battle. I'm going to select all of my cavalry units, just group them into a battle group. I think I sort of see the enemy here, see the chariots. Let's go ahead and let's charge those chariots. Historians have compared ancient chariots to modern day tanks. However, the reality was that chariots were expensive and they were kind of heavy and prone to breakdowns. In contrast with the early cavalry, however, chariots did offer more stable vehicle for archers, and archers were they used to use long bows, so they had that range working for them. One of the largest chariot battles that did take place in history was the Battle of Kadesh that took place in 1200 BC, that the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II took part in, and it's estimated that about approximately 6,000 chariots took place in that battle, took part in that battle, and it was typically considered as the largest chariot battle ever to take place. I'm going to try not to start my charge too early, horses will tire in Rome Total War if you do the charge too early. So we're just going to walk up here a little bit. You can see those beautiful pyramids. You can see those beautiful pyramids in the backdrop. I just love this scenario for a good custom battle. Now I had talked about this icon here, the cinematic mode. So basically if I click on any of these units, including the generals, I can click on the cinematic mode and you can see it switches to a great cinematic visual. I think this really must be, I mean, when I think about that era and that time period, and sort of just kind of think about the emotion as you're, you know, on your horse, if you're part of the cavalry, or on foot, if you're an infantry or archer, and as you're marching towards the enemy, and the reality is the enemy wouldn't really get a full grip of how large or how well equipped the enemy was until you got into battle with them. So as you can see, that's sort of that anticipation. I'm sure it must have been there must have been a couple butterflies in the stomach as they were marching. Now, if I left click, I can actually do a little bit of a zoom. You can see the enemy, I can see the elephants sort of in those trees here. You can see what look like horses on the right, and the chariots you can see are lined up in the middle. I'm intentionally not zooming to the enemy because I think part of that real battle experience would have been that you didn't know the enemy until you were up close with them. So you can see we have a decent amount of backup. Okay, I think we're reasonably close to the enemy. I think I'm going to have my right flank charge the enemy. Just go into cinematic mode and look at that charge. The Rome Total War has just been such an amazing and successful series. It's just been a fantastic job that they've done, and now that Sega has taken over as their publisher, the Creative Assembly.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
So you can see we're charging the infantry right now. We just basically steamroll through them. We can see the chariots are coming to the rescue. I think now we're going to charge the chariots. Let's go in from the general's view. Look at this battle in front. You can see the elephants coming on my left.